Like I said before, now we're going to proceed to checking if this model, which is wider than the other one, we could place it in frame number 2. As you can see, we have a 1/4 inch between the top, the model to the top of the frame. That means that we could proceed and pack this model in the frame number 2 with 6 ready cut pieces of mold, rubber molds. So now what we're going to do, we're going to fill the cavity. As you can see, you have a lot of settings in here. And goes a lot of stone, a lot of diamonds goes in. So we're going to begin from the bottom to fill the cavities. We do this to make sure that the mold, we don't have to remake the mold again because the mold is not filling properly. We're going to cut tiny little pieces. So all those pieces we're going to fill the settings. Sometimes you have to make a very tiny pieces of rubber in order to be placed on holes, because if you make it bigger, it won't fill. It won't fit. I mean, it won't fit in the settings. You have to have a pointing tools like this in order to do this. this type of work. All the cavity being filled. Now we proceed to take the Now, besides all these rubber that we fill all these settings, okay, what we have to do, what I do is this: I put an extra rubber, I tear it out a little bit, okay, and I make sure with a little bit of pushing, okay. The elastic, when the rubber melts, when I place this mold in the Vulcanizer, the rubber is going to melt, and because it's tight, all the rubber is going to make pressure to the cavities and your rubber molds and your models. Now this model is different, the model that we have here. We have a frame number 2, which takes 8 slices of ready cut rubber from Castaldo. We place the model inside the frame, and we can see here that from the top of the model to the frame is less than a 1/4 inch. So that means the frame is not good. This model is not good to be packed in the frame number 3, which is 8 slices of rubber. So we had to take another frame. We have frame number 4, and we place the frame number 4, which takes 10 slices of rubber, and we can see we have more than a 1/4 inch from the top of the model to the top of the frame. You can see we have a space here. That means that we could pack this mold in the frame number 4, which is 10 pieces of ready cut rubber from Castaldo. So we proceed to taking the, we can see here we don't have no balance in our model. We're gonna need more because it's not balanced. Okay, it's a space between the rubber and the model. But first of all, I know that I have the blue plastic over here, but I just wanted to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. So I put it right. My measurement means that the first, in order to do this model, I had to put 3 and 3 first and make an opening in the center. Now I proceed to take my blue plastic rubber, then I proceed to take my white paper, then my plastic one, and then I cut this center bottom cavities, and I place it on the top. Then I take the other one, take the blue part, the white part I take it also, and the third rubber I take both, and I open in my center cavity. Press it a little bit, making sure that I'm not bending my model. I have the imprint right here on the rubber, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to open the cavity. I'm going to do the same thing here. This side, I'm going to press a little bit. I'm going to open another cavity here. Cutting tiny little pieces, because with those tiny little pieces I'm going to fill the cavities that I just opened. I'm going to place my model in the center of my rubber. First of all, I want to make sure going to place this piece of rubber over here in this cavity. I want to make sure that after I complete my whole process, those cavities are filled. And I don't have to do them all over. Say the space over here, the space over here is equal. So I start. Fill my cavities, then I proceed to put the other 3 making sure not scratching my model. Then with 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That means 8 pieces, and 8 pieces. And the frame number 2, 3 won't be good. It has to be in the frame number 4, which is 10 pieces ready cut from Castaldo. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means it's complete. The mold is complete. Now that we finished packing our molds, our rubber molds, what we have to do in the next step is loading the frames in order to put it into the vulcanizer, in order to be vulcanized. Now I have a double frame with the steady with rubber left over from the mold that I vulcanized before. We make sure that it's clean. You don't have any excess of left over from before.